And then in New Zealand, you had a set of stickers there along the bottom. The beverage category, you had High C, a number of large cans of fruit drink, fruit punch, grape, etc., and some mail-in premiums that went with those, posters that you could actually get again in the grocery store when you bought a certain number. You had mustard jars in both France and in Germany. There's an example of two of the French ones there. In Sweden, you had JEDI drink. Those are some labels from those. The column of images, there's some noodle cards from Japan. Those are pretty tough to find. Some dog chow stickers from Gus's collection. Those are extremely rare. You had to buy this giant bag of dog food just to get one sticker. And that's one of the challenging things about this is even when they're smaller sets, you have to buy a lot of the stuff to get it. So it's good to get a network of friends that you can trade with and stuff, because you can go crazy trying to get this stuff. Some cool yogurt cups from the UK there, Dairy Time. There's an example of a lid and the cups. The lids are tougher to find than the cups themselves. In the EWOKS and DROIDS era, you had some cereal, Kellogg's cereal in Australia, a promotion that tied in with some giveaway for some Toll Toys products. Chips there along the bottom, there you can see the strip of some potato chip premiums, a DROIDS one and a EWOKS one. There's a number of each of those. The cheese wheels, again, there's a number of variations of those that you can find. They came in different weights, basically, of food. And then you had, I guess they were like a snack cake in Spain. There's some boxes there, as well as a bunch of little premiums that you could collect, and each of the characters seemed to come in a number of colors. This is kind of the transition point. You know, you're moving on to, I kind of lumped together the stuff that happened between Return of the Jedi and the prequels all into one group. But you'll see this transition here where you're moving away from the kind of original art that you had and kind of going to the more basic photographic image, to where you get to the prequels, and a lot of it just uses the same kind of images over and over again, so it's a little less interesting. Quality Bakers in New Zealand had a bread promotion, and there's a number of wrappers in that, and it's probably tough to see, but on the outside of the bag there was kind of a little secret code. You would get a trading card in the bag. It had this plastic thing on it. You would hold that over the bag to see if you got a winner. So I guess you could win up to $10,000, so not a bad deal. There's a number of candy promotions. A lot of it came from Chupa Chup. A lot of it probably was from Spain and repackaged into different countries. You had food promotion, the little R2 Vader Stormtrooper, our little, I think, jelly candies from the UK. The two wrappers in the lower right are confection concepts from New Zealand. Those were actually little chocolate bars that came with a card in them. They never got around to actually doing the Jedi series. For cereal, in Canada, you had a Kellogg's promotion. The 3 boxes on the left had these cool lenticular cards and images from the special editions. You had Frito-Lay and its sort of partners, Sabritas in Mexico, Walkers in the UK, had a number of different chip packets that you could collect. Those are fun. They tend to come in a lot of different flavors, a lot of different sizes. Of course, you had the Lay's promotion with the restart of the Hasbro, I guess still at that time, Kenner Toys, with the mail-in Obi-Wan there. There's some cool displays there. There's a Smith standee for the C-3PO. He's about the same size as the one for the C-3PO cereal. The apron there is a Taste of the Trilogy promotion from Walmart at the time of the special editions. Cookies, Burton's in the UK had these little packets, and they came inside this larger metal tin that also had pretty neat graphics on it. Pepsi had the license in the USA and most of the rest of the world. So there's a lot of boxes and store displays. There's a translate there that would have gone in like a soda dispenser at 7-Eleven stores. The package there from Brazil with the R2D2, that's actually like a kind of like a Kool-Aid thing, a single serving packet. And there's a lot of different variations of that. And then you had cookies. The lower left are ones from France with a series of cards that you could collect. And then you had a number of wrappers to collect from Mexico. Fast food, there was a large promotion during the special edition for at Taco Bell. So there were, there's an employee T-shirt there, all kinds of store signage. The cups had these lower left. You tore off the thing, and it was the Feel the Force promotion. You put your thumb on it, kind of like the old Transformers, and it would reveal some image to tell you if you're the winner or not. For ice cream in Spain, Frigo had the promotion. You actually ate the popsicle, and when you got done eating your popsicle, then you revealed whatever character you got at those. Those are pretty interesting, and I've actually found those. Some of them have a copyright on them, and some of them don't. So I think each of them are available probably 2 ways. And then there's some Star Wars vitamins. Not sure if they're in the food category, but I suppose so. Now we move on to the Phantom Menace, and there's still a little bit of sort of original art on stuff moving forward, but there's the cereal box there, but not a whole lot. The upper left are some candies, from jelly type candies, like I guess gummy type candies from Belgium, actually shaped like the characters. For the most part, you want to remove the food from the packages, but things like that, I just sort of watch them because it's all about that. Once you empty the food out of it, it's just sort of it's just garbage. Things like that, I just sort of watch them and don't put them near other stuff that I really care about. Farley's had fruit snacks in Canada, the U.S. Again, you had Chupa Chups, Crazy Planet. There's some star gums on the bottom there. You opened it kind of like Bazooka. You opened the wrapper up, and you had a little premium packed inside it. Meiji had on the left-hand side there was a mail-in promotion for a lunchbox, but it actually had utensils in it and cups. It's actually a pretty cool thing. It breaks down into 3 pieces. Cereal, a lot of the world was covered by Kellogg's. You had Quaker in Central America, and then Nestle actually in Chile had the Estrelitas box. There were tons of potato chips bags at this time. There's some Smith's wrappers from that are Dutch. In the UK, you had a lot of Walker's wrappers, and in the US, you had Frito-Lay. So again, these were sort of Frito-Lay and their worldwide partners. Gamesa had cookies again in Mexico. Cadbury had cookies as well. You can see the biscuits there kind of in the center top. Pepsi again had the license, so there's tons of products from that to collect worldwide. The Pride can in the sort of bottom right is from South Africa. Those are really tough to come by. That's one example, but there's at least 6 or 8 in that series. And then there was Thai food tea from the UK. Fast food, this time it sort of expanded beyond Taco Bell, and it was Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut. Each one got a different planet, and there were these little POG type things to collect. The grouping there, the lower blue ones, there were a number of different instant prizes that you could get and so forth. But they were fun, but again, they tend to use that sort of same image over and over again. You had a cheese promotion in France. You can kind of see those in the lower right. It's the Laughing Cow cheese. Those are neat little cards. They actually they were 2-sided, so there's an image on both sides, but you could actually fold the card, and so it would reveal 2 more images. There was yogurt promotion in the UK, this Tatooine rock, I guess it was like Pop Rocks that you mixed with your yogurt. There were also a number of packages of more sort of smaller sized 6-packs of yogurt. The upper right there is some fish flakes from Japan. That's the image of both sides of those, so you would put that on your rice to flavor it. And then you have the round disc with amidala there is from a curry promotion in Japan. From Attack of the Clones, you had a Hollywood gum promotion in France. It's fairly extensive. On the right there, you've got a little countertop store display. There are 4 different flavors of gum. There were 20 of each box, so you got the little box, and it was a chiclet type of gum, and then there were different characters that you could collect. And there were 2 sort of rare ones, so you never find those. In the U.S., Betty Crocker had fruit roll-ups and fruit snacks again that sort of fall in this candy category. Their Pez continued with their dispensers. Cereals, the number of cereals sort of exploded at this time. You can see the different boxes there. The image in the sort of is one of those lenticular images that has 2 different things, and so each of these boxes in each country, in each flavor, in each size came with like 6 different lenticular cards. So the number of cereal boxes to track down from that area is sort of mind-blowing. General Mills had the license in the USA, and there were quite a few USA boxes as well. Potato chips, again, Frito-Lay continued on having the license in the USA. Chio had the license in Poland. The bottom lower left strip is some Harry's Premiums, a cookie promotion. Eskimo in Japan had, there's a wrapper in a box from some ice cream bars and popsicles. There were cards that you could collect. The U.S. had these glow-in-the-dark yogurt tubes. There were boxes to collect with those, and a number of the yogurt tubes to carefully eat, clean out, and save forever, I guess. In between episode 2 and episode 3, you had the Gendy original Clone Wars series. This was definitely a lesson for me in trying to keep up with things, because I went out, bought all the cans, I got one of each flavor, beefaroni, mini ravioli, etc. It wasn't until later that I realized that inside the labels, there were all these different backs. I sort of assumed that on the back it either said you won or you lost, but each of those comes in all these variations of characters to say, sorry, you didn't win. And there's several boxed meals that don't look terribly appetizing to me, but there were pizza kits and that sort of thing. And again, printed on the inside of the box are a number of different characters. There's a lot of variations of those. There's an 8-pack here. There's a 6-pack as well that you got at places like Sam's Club or Costco. Moving on to Revenge of the Sith.